Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Level Water Live session for Trifarm. We are very excited to see you in a couple of weeks. We're just going to go around and introduce ourselves. You're going to see a couple of familiar faces, and yeah, Lucy and Jerry are working at the event, so they will be looking after you. Over to you, Jerry.
Hello, everyone. If you were here last year, we might have met, or if you came to one of our other events. My name's Jerry. I've been with Level Water for around 3 years now, and I work in marketing communications. So if you've seen our very shiny emails, yeah, they might have come from me. Really excited about Trifarm. It's a beautiful site. And we really, really love Ruth and Bill a lot. So we're really looking forward to coming there again this year.
Thanks, Jerry.
Lucy.
And I'm Lucy. I am the head of ops here at Level Water. Have been here a similar time to Jerry, so about 3 years, just over 3 years now. And but excited to be at Trifarm again. I was there a few weeks ago and it was wonderful to see the lake and swimmers in action. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you all there in a few weeks.
Yeah, and I'm Colette. I am fundraising manager. I've been at Level Water for 9 years now, and I basically look after all you wonderful people who choose to raise money for our charity to ensure that our programs can continue around the UK and more children can have access to their local pools. Basically, the format for this session is we're going to sort of take you through swimmer briefing and logistics and stuff. All of this information can be found on your swimmer hub, so I'll include that link as well with this recording. And then we're going to give you a few fundraising tips and a lovely story to finish on to show where your money goes. Over to Jerry and Lucy, who are going to lead you through that.
Alrighty. So I suppose first things first, arrivals. You can camp at Trifarm from Friday if you would like to. So we're happy to welcome you anytime from 5 o'clock on Friday. Last year, quite a few people came, set their tents up, went home to sleep in a bed and came back. That is also an option, but the gates will be open from 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. We will then have to lock the gates overnight just for security, and we can reopen them again for you Saturday morning from 7 o'clock. So yeah, those are your two arrival times, from 5 on Friday or 7 a.m. on Saturday. When you arrive, you obviously have time to kind of meet your team, find a space, set your tents out. The layout is much the same as last year, with everybody kind of following the track through all the way to the end and then taking a right, and then setting up kind of at the far end of the lake. So you will actually drive like past the car park to get where you're going. The car park is the car park, the same car park that you use for your regular swimming if you're just bringing tents. And if you're coming in a camper van, you can just follow that track all the way around. We will have a swimmer briefing at 9:45 after that. And then at 10 o'clock, the first swimmer will get in. You'll swim for around 50 minutes. Then water safety will start to ask people to get out of the lake. You'll hand over your pink wristband to the next swimmer. The next swimmer will get in and swim again for around 50 minutes. Water safety might ask you just to hold back just a few minutes between the in and out. We just need to make sure there's a big enough gap with the previous group of swimmers so we know who still needs to get out. You really don't want to swim one lap and be asked to get out straight away. So that's why we have that little gap for you. We will have volunteers on the gate, so please check in and out with the volunteers. We just need to know who's in the water so that we can keep you all safe. So that's it, and then we will keep swimming for 24 hours. We do have some 12-hour swimmers as well at Trifarm. So we start at 10 a.m. and they will finish at 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. we will have a big celebration for everyone who is all finished and ready to go home, and then the 24-hour swimmers will continue swimming those 50 to 1 hour loops until 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. At 10 o'clock Sunday morning, we'll have a big celebration, some nice photos, and we'll probably have a big cry. That's usually what happens. And then we will say goodbye to you from there. Definitely, if your team is having a break, definitely make sure that you tell one of the volunteers when you jump out. We just need to know, if nobody's coming back, you can leave your wristband with a volunteer. So we just know that your team's taking a break. That way we know that somebody hasn't gone missing on site. And if you feel, cold at all or you're concerned, please do speak to either our swim safety or our on-land medical team as soon as possible. I think that's all from me. So just hand over to Lucy to talk a bit about the weather.
Thanks, Jerry. And when Jerry mentioned crying, we're crying happy tears, of course. Very, very happy tears.
Only the good crying.
Absolutely. Great. So weather considerations. So we don't know yet what the weather's going to be like, but we're going to keep a really, really close eye on how things are going. Good news is we've done wildspring relays in all sorts of weathers, and we have gotten through them just as well as if it was sunny the whole time. So we are prepared for any weather eventuality. But in terms of what you can bring, obviously if it's colder, and we will keep an eye on the weather and actually push a message out suggesting what you can bring depending on what it's saying. But if it's cold, please do bring winter warmers, hats. It does get cold in the evenings too, so bring things to keep warm. Hot water bottles have been a really helpful addition for some people. We have the urns available, so you can fill them all through the night. Sometimes people get their friends to come to the water exit when they're coming out with a hot water bottle, and that's really useful. So prepare for colder weather overnight, obviously, and then in the day. If it's raining, please bring your umbrellas, waterproof trousers, things like that. Just so you want to keep all your stuff dry in the day. And then obviously if it's really sunny, please bring lots of sunscreen. More guidance on this in the Swimmer Hub, so please do take a look. But we'll push out a message through the WhatsApp group just a couple of days before, just confirming what the weather's looking like, and then you'll be able to prepare from there. And then what we'll do is also, if there are thunderstorms or anything in the forecast for the weekend, we will aim to go ahead as usual until that happens, and then our water safety team will have to put a pause on, but we will pause for as long as it takes for the bad thunder to go away, thunder and lightning. That will be our kind of final decision just in terms of the timing delays, but we'll aim to go ahead. But please keep an eye on the WhatsApp because we'll send updates as we go. I think that's it. I'll hand back over to Sherry now to talk about camping.
I kind of feel like we're on like a news channel, you know, and over to you.
That's it. Over to you, Jerry.
Just a little bit about facilities for the weekend. So Trifarm have organised this. They have sauna, and they also have a cafe that is going to be set up. I'm not 100% on the opening hours of those, but we always say, please do bring food for the weekend. You know, you'll be there with the community. It's a great opportunity to kind of bring some things that you might have made at home and share them with the rest of your team. You can bring small camping stoves. We'll have a fire pit, which everybody can use to kind of get warm around. But apart from that, we don't allow any open fires at the event. You can bring a camping stove. So if you have anything that you would like to cook over the weekend, please bring please bring enough food to kind of keep you going. And then there'll be a cafe for nice little bonus extras along the way. We do have hot water urns as well, which will keep full for the whole full 24 hours. You can use these to fill up hot water bottles. As Lucy said, you can also use them to fill up kind of pot noodles or any dehydrated food that you have. On our staff team, we have some kind of hiking meals that we eat over the weekend. So those are a really good idea if you haven't got around to packing yet. Quiet time. So during the night, there will be swimmers trying to get a little bit of sleep. So we will turn the music down. We ask that people just try to be respectful of your neighbours during the night. You know, there will be swimmers sleeping kind of like different hours because obviously it's a relay. Maybe they have to get up at 3 a.m. and swim. So they might be going to bed a little bit early. The camping area is a little bit separate from our kind of reception and base area. So, you know, we'll turn the music down and the tent camping area is a little bit separate. So it should be quiet enough for you on the other side. I would recommend bringing earplugs and an eye mask as well. Just, you know, for that extra little bit of sleep if you think you're planning to sleep on any of those off hours. I've already mentioned a little bit about parking, but the car park will be the same car park that is normally used at Trifarm. If you are sleeping in a tent, please arrive, park in the car park and carry your things to the camping area. If you arrive in a camper van, you'll be able to follow the track all the way to the end, take a right and turn down around the corner. It'll all be really clearly signposted for you on the day, so don't worry. When you get to the gate, there'll be a friendly face and there'll be lots of pink and yellow arrows showing you where to go. I think that is all from me on that one. Lucy.
Talking about friendly faces leads me on to volunteers very nicely. So yes, as Joe said, there'll be good segue, great ending. Yes, there will be many high-vis people around with either pink or yellow high-vis. We have 4 key main volunteer roles. So they're registration gurus, guardians of the car park, we've got lords of the campsite, and then we've got site elves. And thanks to everybody who's signed up to volunteer so far, really helpful. We always need volunteers to help us through the night. It's such a relaxed volunteer job. We've got many volunteers who volunteer with us through our wild swim relays, and it's just a really lovely job. And they are always wonderful, smiley, happy. It's just very chilled environment, and you know, it's something that we'll push out through the WhatsApp. And we've got a couple of case studies from volunteers who've basically done this role with us for a long time and consistently turned up for 5, 6, 7 in a row just to come and volunteer. So it's a really lovely role, really lovely people. You'll meet some really great people, not just other volunteers, but all the swimmers as well. It's such a great opportunity to relax our swimmers, to talk with them and to kind of meet them on the way, either on the way in or on the way out of their big swim. So really kind of urge you to sign up, really, and you'll be working alongside our kind of dedicated level water team, and obviously Jerry and I will be there with a number of other core staff members as well, so you'll get to work alongside us, and who doesn't want to do that, hey Jerry?
No, right?
Exactly.
Just to kind of add on to that as well, you know, volunteering is something you can do alongside your swims. The volunteer shifts are really short, but if you look at them and you think that's too much, just come and find us. We'll stick a high vis on you for an hour or two just to count some swimmers in and out of the water. You know, if we can't kind of fill up our quota of volunteers, we will be asking people on the day just to give us a hand counting heads, because that is the most important part of the volunteer role. It's making sure that everyone is getting in and out of the lake. Okay, so the next part is accessibility. So basically, when you signed up, you were asked if you had any accessibility needs. The lovely Ben, who's not here today, has been contacting people who have made a note on their form saying that, you know, they might need a bit of extra support in a certain area. We like to have those conversations, you know, rather than an email, we'd rather have a telephone call just to see if you have everything you need. And we have an accessible camping area, which is right next to the lake for anyone who needs it. We also offer a gold swim hat if they would like to stand out to the medical and water safety teams. This is just if they need a bit of extra support, you know, or for the solo and duo swimmers, they're also able to get a gold hat. We just want medical to be able to keep an eye on them because they are doing a slightly more extreme challenge than people who are doing a relay. So yes, we do have other ways we can help you, but that is dealt with on a case-by-case basis. Please do get in touch if you think that you might need a bit of support, but you've not put anything on your form. You can reach me at jerry@levelwater.org. That is GERI@levelwater.org. Yes, and we will try our best to accommodate you.
Thanks, Terry. Great. So
over to you, didn't I?
Yes, that's okay.
Over to you.
Thanks, Jerry. Great. So just a bit about event well-being. So we have quite a lot of people at these wild swim relays. Obviously, we've got all our swimmers, and sometimes we have spectators there. We've got children around, obviously staff members too. And we do what we can to make sure that everything is safe for everybody, obviously with the swim and the water safety, but also hygiene-wise, we have plenty of hand wash facilities. We'll have plenty of portaloos. We'll have lots of gel as well, just to kind of rinse off your hands as well if you need it. So we do our best to make sure that we are fully equipped for keeping everything clean and healthy over the weekend. We do have a couple of asks. So just if you have been ill 48 or 24 hours beforehand with either vomiting or diarrhea, to sadly please stay away from the event. We don't want to spread anything, especially when we're camping, and we don't want other people to be ill. So that's just a bit of an ask, that if you have been ill 48 hours beforehand, then please don't turn up to the event, sadly, and maybe we can see you next year. As well as any heart defects that may have been diagnosed since you signed up for the swim. Again, sadly, we will ask that maybe you sit this year out, but please do get in touch if you have any questions or concerns about illness or anything, or any questions or concerns that you might have beforehand. Please do email us, and we will get back to you as soon as possible on that before the weekend. Please make frequent use of the hand washing facilities. We'll have plenty around, so please use it, kind of in and around the weekend, and look out for one another. And there'll always be someone on reception. So throughout the 24 hours and 12 hours that you're swimming, there'll always be some member of staff on reception. So if you have any questions, concerns, you feel unwell, we have our medics there as well. Please do come and tell us, and we'll always find a solution for things. So yeah, that's just a bit about well-being. Over to you, Gary.
Right, so I don't know if we have any questions from anyone who's on the line. Let's just have a quick look. No, not at the moment. So if anyone's watching the recording, and if you have any questions, you can get in touch with us at collect@levelwater.org. That's collect@levelwater.org.
Have a question, Jerry.
Oh, you have a question. I have a question.
Questions in the chat. How big is the swim
How
loop?
big is the swim loop? So the swim loop is 400 meters, which may be a little bit smaller than the full loop of the lake. The reason it is 400 meters is because we have a 10-minute window to change you over with the next swimmer. It's really important that doesn't become a 20-minute window, because then you have some people swimming for an hour and 20 minutes, and then some people swimming for an hour. So we want to keep everyone within that 50 minutes to 1 hour changeover time.
Great question.
Very good question. We thought it was 250. It's not 250, it is a 400 loop. So yes, you hopefully won't be getting too dizzy at 400. I mean, I swam last year at our Shepperton event, and for me, 400 meters is going round 3 times. So I'm a breaststroke swimmer, I'm fairly slow. If you are a front crawl swimmer and you are faster, you will do more than 3 loops. But yes, that is what it was for me.
And yeah, everyone takes their time. If you want to do a bit of a faster swim, you can just swim your own swim. It's it's very relaxed. It's not a race. It's kind of whatever you want to do in that hour. If you want to do a slow couple or a faster 3 or 4, then it's up to you.
Yeah. And you will know when to get out. During the day, we'll just have our swim safety kind of call people out. But at the night time, we also have red and green lights. So green means keep swimming, and when the lights change to red, that means that when you get to the finish, then you'll be asked to get out. So you'll be able to see from the other side of the lake at night time as well if you're on your last loop. I think that's quite helpful to know. Okay, I think that's all for questions. I'm going to pass over to Colette for some fundraising tips.
Yay, thank you, Jerry. And thank you everyone else for either joining us now or watching this. It means a lot. And what is even more meaningful to us is the fact that, you're swimming with us at Trifarm, and you're part of something very special. It's the World Swim Relays at Trifarm aren't just fun events. They genuinely change lives. And not just for the children who get to access the swimming lessons because of your fundraising, but for you, the swimmers, the volunteers, and the whole amazing community that builds around this weekend. This is our 2nd year at Trifarm, and already you've raised over £11,000, which is incredible. And that brings the total raised across the relays at Trifarm to over £46,000. That is a huge impact. So thank you. A bit about Level Water. It actually started back in 2012 and just one pool in Putney. And now, thanks to people like you, we're supporting over 1,400 children at more than 216 pools across the UK. It's grown into something really big, but it's still personal, and it's powered by people like you showing up and getting involved. Let's talk about the next couple of weeks and how your fundraising could make even more of a difference. This is the moment when fundraising really takes off. We always see a big spike in donations just before your swim. So now is the time to get your asks out there. Tell your friends and family how your training's going, share a little video. Even if you're not feeling super confident, probably especially if you're not feeling super confident, that's what makes it more real. Just speak from the heart. People really respond to it. And if you're not sure where to start, WhatsApp is a brilliant tool. It's personal, it's easy. And once you've written one message, you're good to go. You can just copy it and forward it on. And if you're in the Trifarm WhatsApp group, we'll be sharing a lot more stories about the charity and fundraising ideas, as well as chatting to you over the swim weekend. So make sure you click on that link and join us there. Make sure you're just getting pages up to date. So you can put little updates on there of how training's going, how you're feeling, how the fundraising's going. A quick little post or a thank you message can really keep the momentum going. And some swimmers find that the more they share, the more support rolls in. And we've got loads of bits you can use: videos, photos, stories, even little reels that we filmed at pool visits. They're all up in Fundraising Hub, and they're there for you to use when telling people why this swim matters. If you hadn't had your first donation yet, one great way to start is by donating £15 to your own page. And £15 is what it costs for one swimming lesson with Level Water. It shows people that you're in, you believe in it, and it often encourages others to follow. And the best bit, our awesome supporters this year, Vivo Barefoot, are going to match your first £15 donation. So just like that, you've already funded 2 life-changing swimming lessons. And another little bonus, the top fundraising team at Trifarm will also get a free pair of Vivo shoes, any style that you like. So plenty of motivation there to hopefully keep you going and keep pushing yourself a little further. I think Jerry was going to tell us a story about a recent visit she had to a pool to sort of show the other side of where your fundraising goes and why it matters.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it, that we often kind of we get donated prizes, which we can give out for kind of like people who reach their targets or people who are our top fundraisers. And time again, we really ask fundraisers what they want, and what they want, most people say, is we want to go and see a lesson, we want to go to a pool, we want to meet the children, that this is helping. And I think, that makes it really real when you hear the stories of the children and like what a big difference it makes to them. So I just wanted to read you a little story about a boy that I met earlier in the year, because we can't take all of our fundraisers to a pool, but I can go to a pool and meet the children and do my best to tell you about it. So, I really think that when you are fundraising, you can show people the difference that their donations are making. So this story is about Eddie. Imagine you love water. Oh, sorry, to give you a little bit more background as well. We've recently been able to expand our program thanks to the generosity of our fundraisers. So we previously had Level Water lessons available for children with physical disabilities and children with sight or hearing impairments. We've now opened that up to children with other kinds of disabilities, including autism. So this is Eddie, a story about Eddie who has autism. Imagine you love water and really want to be able to splash around. You go in your local leisure centre, there are lots of other children there getting ready to swim, but they're noisy and it echoes around the pool. It's so loud you just want to run away. Everyone is splashing and shouting. You can't focus easily on what the teacher's saying. You just want to get out now, but where's your mum? Can't see her. Now the teacher is telling you off because you missed your turn. This is what learning to swim is like for lots of children with autism. Children like Eddie. Eddie wasn't comfortable in a group class because busy environments make him distressed. He struggled interacting with his peers, needed extra support to focus on the instructions. Level Water's program means that Eddie now swims in a group class, but he has a dedicated swim teacher. Before Cheryl started helping Eddie, he swam with armbands and didn't like to get his face wet. Now he's swimming without the armbands and even jumping in at the deep end. He also recently started swimming underwater. When we visited, Eddie was joining in games with a group class as they gathered up toys to put them on the big floats. He stopped and had a chat with one of the other children and was quite happy being in the thick of it. He's come so far with Cheryl's support, not only with swimming, but with social skills too. Eddie's mum writes, Eddie loves being in the water and really enjoys the exercise he gets from swimming. He has a great relationship with his swimming teacher and loads of fun during his lessons. Swimming's particularly good for Eddie as it strengthens his core and helps his gross motor skills. The exercise also helps to tire him out. Thank you so much for your support. Without level water, Eddie definitely wouldn't be able to access swimming lessons and would still not be able to swim. Cheryl really understands what he needs to access the lessons and how to get the best from him. I'm so grateful for her patience and making Eddie's lessons fun. All children deserve to learn to swim, and level water can give access to swimming lessons for those children who are currently missing out. Level water could help your pool support more children to learn to swim.
Wow, thank you, Jerry. It's always so powerful hearing the stories, and that one's particularly incredible with the frame on, like actually trying to experience how Eddie feels in that moment. Yeah, very, yeah, incredible. Always gets me. Yeah, not to move on too fast, but it's like I think that's yeah, we haven't got any more questions. Hopefully you feel a bit more informed about what's going to happen at Trifarm. If you don't, please drop us a message either via WhatsApp or email. But very yeah, we'll filter it around the team. We'll get an answer to you as soon as we can. Otherwise, we're looking forward to seeing you at Trifarm and celebrating swimming over 24 hours with you.
Yeah, can't wait to hang out with you all. Really excited. Can't wait.
See you at the lake.
Take care,
Awesome. Bye,
everyone.
everyone.